Hello everyone. In my last episode, I talked about 5 types of people who should not get a PhD. They are: number 1, you are being told to do so. And number 2, you only want something to show off. Number 3, you cannot fully commit. Number 4, you do not like to read or write. Number 5, you are dependent on others. In this episode, I will talk about the other side of the coin. I will talk about 4 types of people who should pursue a PhD. You should get a PhD if: number 1, you want to be a researcher. If research is your career's lifeline, a PhD is definitely up your alley. A lead researcher needs to have a PhD, plain and simple. Going through a PhD program will not only give you research skills, but also establish connections in your field. Your professors and advisors will already have their own connections, and you can be brought into the circle. Number 2, you want to be a professor. This is another career for which a PhD is a must-have. In most universities, you can still teach as an instructor if you only have a master's degree, but you will never have a prestigious position such as a full professor if you do not have a PhD. If you want a tenure-track faculty position in your field, a PhD is required. After all, the PhD program was created to create professors. If you are truly positive that being a professor is what you want to do until you retire, then take this path. If you are not sure about the pros and cons of being a professor, I have videos that covers the positive and negative aspects of this career. I will leave the links in the description section, so check them out. Why you want to be a professor is a topic for another time though. Assuming that this is your desired career path, a PhD will serve you well until you retire. During your career as a professor, you will most likely have your name credited on a substantial number of published papers. And even upon retirement, you can earn as a consultant. Taking this route is a legacy of sorts. So if this is you, you should get a PhD. Number 3, you are passionate about your field. Wanting to contribute more in your field of study is not a reason to get a PhD. A PhD opens up opportunities that you wouldn't get with only a master's degree. As it comes with more authority, you have more credentials to present new things, initiate action, and spearhead more research. Going through the program will also give you a more in-depth look at your field of study and help you be more efficient in contributing new knowledge. Even if career advancement isn't your main goal, the amount of knowledge about your field of study that you unearth is worth it. And in turn, it will fulfill your passion for it even more. Number 4, you want to pursue a leadership role in our higher education. If your ultimate dream is to become a dean of a college or provost or president of an institution in a higher education, you should have a PhD. It often takes more than a decade to become a dean, a provost, or a president. You might not become a dean right after you earn your PhD. You will need several other leadership experiences, such as being a department chair or associate dean, prior to applying for a dean's position. If leadership is something you want to pursue, there are a lot of leadership positions in higher education. Before you get there, you should have a PhD. The choice is still yours. You could have a million reasons why you want a PhD, but identifying the main reason will help you decide if you should or should not get a PhD. Keep in mind, you should not get a PhD if you are being told to do so. You only want to show off. You can't fully commit, you are not a reader or a writer, or you are too emotionally dependent on others. But you should get a PhD if your passion is your field of study, you want a career as a lead researcher, or to be a leader in higher education, or you are taking the path to becoming a professor. I hope this video will make you an educated decision about whether you should get a PhD or not. Who should get a PhD? So if you have any other thoughts on this, please share them in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.